we do have our guest in the studio. Douglas, would you mind introducing?
Yeah, I'd like to introduce her. I was trying to think. I wanted to come in with a joke about a jump rope. Never mind. Just skip it. So we are here today with Joanna Coatney. Joanna Coatney. I was rushing to the Coatney because I was going to say it sounds like it's from the UK. It sounds like the Coatney Tales.
Not a common name.
No, it's not. So Joanna Coatney, I rushed to it. She's live in studio with a great smile, Mr. Smith. I mean, she didn't come in here brooding. She was ready to come in and take us by storm. She strolled in with a little matter of grace, if you will, Lady Grace. So she's a super busy. She's a mompreneur. Have you ever heard of mompreneur, Mr. Smith?
That's the first.
Yeah. And it's not my doing. That's what she self-describes herself as. So, Miss Coatney, welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
So tell us a little bit about the Fit for Call conference.
Yes.
What is that?
Fit for the Call Health and Wellness Conference. So this is my very first conference. I'm super excited about it.
This is the first annual.
Yes. Oh, yeah. It's definitely.
Okay. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I think that's important to point out at the outset. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Please.
No, you are correct. First annual. We will be doing this every year, but this is our inaugural year to have the Fit for the Call Health and Wellness Conference. And this year, the theme is no longer exalting exhaustion. And we can dig into that a little bit later.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot.
Date, place, and time.
October the 21st at Greater Mount Zion Church, and that is at 4301 Tanny Hill Lane. Okay, Greater Mount Zion Church, October the 21st, 4301 Tanny Hill Lane.
Times?
Doors will open, so it depends. If you're a VIP, you get to get in a little early to shop, get exclusive shopping experience with our vendors.
That would be Mr. Smith and his ilk.
Okay.
He's a VIP. I know. I never know it. Can't even spell it.
So the VIPers, doors will open for them at 8, and then general admission doors will open at 8:30, and then at 9:25 we're kicking everything off. It's one full day conference, and we'll end at 4. And then you'll get an extra hour at the end to go do some last minute shopping with the vendors.
Tell us about your speakers.
Ooh, okay. Let's talk about the speakers. So I have 3 dynamic, phenomenal boss women who will be speaking at the conference. First, we have Nacelle Connor. She's a licensed professional counselor, and she's going to be helping us open our eyes to the mental and emotional price of overwhelm. She's a super dope sister, Black therapist, and all things mental health she knows.
Okay.
Then next we're going to have a nutritionist. Her name is Candace Pruitt, and she's going to help you take a holistic look at whether the food you love loves you back.
Oh, need that.
I'm excited about that one right there.
I need that. I want to know if they're working for me.
Right. And then we have Cinque Milagro, who is a life coach. Now, I love this woman right here because she has this magical way of getting you to see yourself in ways you've never seen yourself before. And she's going to be helping you find your center by providing the keys to breaking the cycle of exhaustion. And then, of course, I'll be speaking as well. I'll have a segment that I'm calling Story Time, which I'm going to walk you through the highs and the lows of my journey. I have on a shirt that says, From Church Girl to Woman of God.
Yes.
And that's kind of what my journey looked like, being a pastor's kid, being at the church all the time, doing all the things. And then once I became an adult and I had my own schedule and I had my own obligations, my own priorities, I had to figure out what that balance looked like.
Yes.
And unfortunately, it took me getting to a very dark place of burnout and anxiety and depression in order for me to be like, okay, something got to change. So I'm going to walk you through what that process kind of looked like for me, and we're going to talk about things like, what is burnout? Can you burn out from serving Jesus and his people? What does burnout look like? What does balance look like? And is there a pace that God has called you to? So it's gonna be some deep stuff going on.
Well, before you get too far into it, I want to focus on this getting away from exhaustion because it's very common when you and especially among women. They always talk about how tired they are, how exhausted they are, how worn down and beat down sometimes they can be.
Yes.
They don't come in with the same energy that you brought to us this morning. No pep in the step.
Yeah.
Elaborate on that, please.
Yeah, for sure. So as women, most of us, not all of us, we're just naturally nurturing, right? We want to be there for people. We want to serve. We have so many people pulling on us. We got the kids, we got the spouse, we got parents that we're looking after, we got the community service that we do. All these different things, right? All these different hats that we wear, all these different items on our plate. And so we've been conditioned to feel like those things are top priority in our life. Like, this is what I was created to do. I was created to be a mom. I was created to serve. I was created to blah, 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 right? And so we allow those things to take precedent over our own health, over our own well-being.
Yes.
And so we have to rewrite that story and switch that narrative. Because we're doing it backwards.
One other brief question from me. As a person who does not exercise and is only satisfied to wake up in the morning and knowing who I am, how do you move people, and I'm sure you will cover this, from the point of someone like me who is pretty sedate, actually, to getting to a point where you want to increase your exercise level? You can elaborate on that later on, but I wanted to put the question out there because I want to know.
So the three main things that we focus on in our services, the name of my company is Jump to It Fitness. So the three things we focus on are education, motivation, and support. And so we provide those three things through workouts, weekly workouts, nutrition guidance, and mindset training. Because if you don't tackle the mind, your results and your change is only going to be temporary.
And that was education. What was the second one?
Motivation.
And
support.
I like that.
But mind is
Mindset.
critical.
Oh, yeah. For sure. It's a must.
For our listeners, we have Joanna Coatney live in studio. She's a full-time entrepreneur, health and wellness coach, and CEO of Jump to It Fitness, mother of two.
Yes.
So you didn't just dip your toe and say, okay, over and done with, I got one. She said, I can handle a couple of them.
You know, I wanted to dip the toe, but I promised my husband 2 kids. So I was like, okay, I'll see it all the way through.
A woman of her word.
I'll see it all the way through.
Even though there was a little hesitancy there.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So, just to double back on some of the things that you mentioned there. So, mompreneur. I asked Mr. Smith if he had heard of it. He said he did not.
Yes.
Hopefully, you got some T-shirts. You got some stuff lined up on that. That sounds like an amazing.
That's not my term.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it's like trademarked and everything, but it's
not
like
know.
It's a thing. Moms
Does that mean you work from home?
Moms
That's
who
your
are
only...
also entrepreneurs.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
So
So,
punching a clock.
Exactly. Exactly.
Good.
so when we start to talk about the Fit for the Call conference, and you're bringing in some amazing people, I'm telling you, I wouldn't want to be the person that has to be introduced behind Cinque Milagro. And then after that, after Cinque Milagro, we got Douglas. I just feel like that would be the thing. So, how hard was it to assemble these three dynamic women? Did you have to chase them down with your jump rope fitness?
No.
You wore them down?
Listen, it was easy.
Oh, what?
Let me tell you how God works. Every single one of these women have been placed in my life long before now.
Yeah.
So, Cinque Milagro.
I can't say it enough. I can't hear it enough.
I met her a few years ago at work. We both started working. I used to be in education. I was in education for 11 years. We both started working at the same school, clicked immediately. And I saw something in her and she saw something in me.
Hey.
And I knew, like, okay, this is going to go beyond this job. Neither one of us work there anymore, but we stay connected. Nicole Connor, she goes to my church. Candace Pruitt, she goes to my church.
Oh.
And the day that I decided, because my plan was to do this conference in like 5 years. The day I decided to do it this year, when God was like, like, I was at an event that Nacelle was putting on.
Okay.
God spoke to me through her, and I was sitting at a table with Candace, and I used her as accountability to make sure I did this.
Ooh.
So all three of these ladies have played a vital role in this whole situation.
We talk all the time about influences and circles. Mr. Smith and I, we think we keep a small circle. Look like you had a serious circle. You had some women of action and
sure.
accountability to help you get to your goals. So that sounds like a good circle. So we're talking at this conference, we're going to be talking mind, body, and spirit.
Oh, for sure.
I want to talk a little bit about body.
Okay.
So America, obesity.
Yes.
We are the only country that has our poor are obese. Other countries don't have that. The most obese state in all of America, Mr. Smith, is West Virginia. So I'm not trying to run you off, though. We want to keep you here in Texas. So for the body, I want to hop on back to what Mr. Smith said. How are you going to get people to step out of where they're at? Because this is
mind.
ingrained.
Let's start with the mind and work your way to it.
Yeah.
Ingrained.
So a big piece of the mind, well, first is the education piece, right?
Okay, yeah.
A lot of people, they just don't know what they don't know. They have no idea how negatively the things that they're doing and their habits are impacting them.
Oh.
And they have no idea how simple, not easy, but how simple it is to change your situation.
Give us an example, please.
So 10 to 15 minutes a day, you start there. A lot of people think, oh, I need to get a gym membership. I got to go hard in the gym for an hour every day. No, if you can give me, when my clients come into the program, if they need the minimum requirement is 3 days a week. Give me 3 days a week. That's all I need you to do. And then we will build from there. Every small change that you can make can have an exponential impact on your health. You just got to start somewhere. So it's educating people on how simple it is to positively impact your health and get moving and get healthy again.
While we're there, please tell our audience how they can become your clients.
Yes, for sure. So I have my health and wellness program, which is called Fit for the Call Transformation Program. All you have to do, if you find me on social media, my name is Coach Joe _Jump to It Fitness, and that's the number 2. Or you can go to jumptoitfitness.com. Again, that's the number 2. And you can connect with me there, or you can send me an email, coachjoe@jumptoitfitness, and just say, hey, I want more information about your program. If you find me on social media, send me a DM or a message and just drop the word fit.
Okay,
and
we do have a call. I hope it's for you, but we'll find out. Good morning, caller. Do you have a question for our guest?
This is great. We're going to take, if you'll oblige, we'd like to take a picture with you at the end. We'll link that to our social media. And so we will have all of your social media contacts. We'll tag you. We're going to make sure everybody can click and stick with Miss Coatney.
Can I give something special to your listeners?
Please.
Okay. So anybody who's listening right now, if you find me on social media, Joanna Daniels Coatney on Facebook, or Coach Joe _Jump to It Fitness, the number 2, and send me the word fit, and I will get you situated with a free health and wellness assessment.
Look at my fingers, Mr. Smith. I'm already.
That means people who are listening right now, people who made it a priority to check in on KZI. So I need to get that message within the next 15 minutes. And you'll get a free health and wellness assessment.
Man, my fingers is moving, but what if I misspelled fit? I'm just trying to make sure I'm working so fast here.
Okay, did we get to mind yet?
Yes, so mindset training is also a part of my program. So we have monthly Zoom calls where we talk about, I have some pre-planned topics that I know every person who comes through my program needs to hear. And then some weeks I just ask the ladies, okay, what are you struggling with this week? And we tackle those. And so we take time to talk through that, educate them. I also provide affirmations and devotionals and scriptures throughout the program to further solidify that mindset shift that needs to take place in order for them to lose weight, get fit, and keep those results for life.
Okay, our guest is Miss Joanna Coatney
Yes, sir.
of,
Jump to It Fitness, LLC, baby.
and your event is scheduled for
October the 21st, right here in Austin, Texas, at Greater Mount Zion Church, 4301 Tanny Hill Lane. Doors open at 8 a.m. for VIP, 8:30 for general
Okay,
admission.
what's very critical for us this morning is that your registration date is approaching.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
Yes, registration closes on August 31st. And let me tell you why it's so soon. Because this is our first lesson in prioritizing our needs. We've waited to the last minute to take care of ourselves for far too long, ladies. It's time to change that, okay? So prioritize your needs. No, there will be no day of walking in option, because I don't want no day of last minute mentality coming in that building, okay? Prioritize your needs. August 31st is the registration deadline.
I like, so you have personally, your brand of fitness seems, it's unconventional in my thinking. It sounds like it's a jump rope class. I'm very curious here as I try to get farther away from her when I deliver this. Who taught you the ropes?
That was so cheesy.
Thank you for telling me. Thank you for that.
Oh my God.
You can come back anytime. Just for that.
Oh my God. So let me tell you. So I've always been into fitness. I played sports growing up, softball, basketball, ran track. But just about, I'd say 3 or 4 years ago, I used to be part of a blog called Mommy Nation. And so they do these mommy challenges where they do all this fitness, and they incorporated jump rope one time. So I started to learn the benefits of jump rope. Yeah. And I was like, you mean I can cut my workout time in half or in a third and get the same results?
Yeah.
And that's where it all started.
So let's back up. So you got 2 boys. I'm not gonna get too personal, but man, how hard is it gonna be for them brothers growing up when your mama got a jump shot and you ran track, so you used to get it?
Listen.
Hold on. What events? What events did you do in track?
So I did sprints. I did the 100, the 200, the 4x1, the 4x2.
So if your mama got a jump shot and she was a sprinter, she got a quick first step.
Can do.
These dudes gonna be nice.
Yeah.
You got Mama Jordan out there.
Yeah.
Mama Coatney doing her thing on the court. So I am also curious. Where you from?
I'm from Jones Creek, Texas, baby. Represent.
Okay. So she Texas things is different. Would it be true that the little town where you're from is so little that when you left that town, y'all didn't even have 2,000 people?
Did not. We did not have 2,000 people yet. There's one stoplight and one blinking light.
I was wondering.
Yeah.
I was wondering
Super
who's
small.
going to get to that.
Yeah.
So y'all didn't even have a Walmart.
No. So you had to drive to the next city. Like Lake Jackson, I think it's like 20,000-ish back then. So that's where the mall and the restaurants and all that was. Yeah.
So growing up,
Sounds like the kind of place people move to get away from it all.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
a lot of people
guessing.
stay though.
Just
a lot
guessing.
of people stick
Just
around.
guessing.
Yeah.
No, well, not to move away from there, but
They go there to get away from it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sounds nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was a little curious of your mindset. What brought you to this? You're a PK. I'm a PK.
Oh, okay.
So what do you think pushed you into this path of your life to be a mompreneur and to stay? Because it sounds like you are giving back, and if you will, I mean, you about to start preaching at the conference. I mean, you have people following you and your words. What brought you to that point? Because it sounds like you don't followed the family calling.
I have. I am a licensed minister.
I
never saw that coming for my life. Yeah.
I hope my mama ain't listening.
I'm a look,
because she been holding out.
Bro.
She been holding out. I told her it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm a licensed minister.
Before y'all start praising, I just want to let you know that my father also was a minister.
Oh, wow.
But I have no inclination whatsoever.
It ain't over yet. Is what she's saying. That's what she's saying. Those are her words.
You don't make those decisions. He gonna make it for you.
Uh-oh.
You never know.
Mr. Smith.
Look. Let me just say this for everybody listening, whether you care or not. I don't go to church.
Okay.
Because I got tired of walking in and seeing the paint peel off the wall.
Mrs. Coatney, you have Mr. Smith looking very serious.
I love it.
It sounds like he's gonna need another joke from me. So Mr. Smith, a rope walks into a bar.
Oh Lord.
And I'm not gonna do it, Mrs. Coatney. Look at it. Look how he's looking at me. So
I'm looking at her.
Oh my God.
I'm a little curious here. So, what type of people do you have in your clientele? Who's been attracted to your jump rope exercises? It sounds like maybe you have a good diversity.
I do actually.
Yeah.
I have my program, my health and wellness program, but then I also just do my class, my jump rope fitness class on Saturdays.
Yeah.
And so I've had everybody from 20s to 60s coming in my program, coming into my class, all different backgrounds. We got grandparents, we got single moms, we got single ladies with no kids. We have all fitness levels. I've had ladies do my class who have fibromyalgia. I have modifications for people who can't jump.
There it is. Okay. Yeah.
And so, my program specifically is tailored to women in ministry, kingdom women who are serving in their communities, in their churches, who need to find that balance and figure out how to prioritize their health.
Very good. Tell us about your event again, please.
Yes.
For those who just tuned in.
The Fit for the Call Health and Wellness Conference on October 21st at Greater Mount Zion Church, 4301 Tanny Hill Lane. Doors open at 8 a.m. for VIP and 8:30 for general admission.
Registration date?
Registration deadline is August 31st, baby. You better get it done.
She said, be proactive,
Yes.
not reactive.
Yes.
Seize the day, listeners.
Yes.
We're going to be going to our break in just a moment. Would you mind staying with us? Nobody's calling. We do want to say to our callers, if you have questions for Miss Joanna Coatney, you are more than welcome to call and ask them. But she did not call to talk about Donald Trump.
No.
She did not call to talk about crime and punishment. She came to talk about health and wellness.
Yes, sir.
And she is doing a great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Miss Coatney, I'm very curious here about how we want to look good. Everybody wants to look good. They want to be their best self. They want to look great. They want to feel amazing. And what you're saying is, if we were to prioritize our health, there's some pathways to us achieving all of that.
Yes.
Wait, well, where were you before we had to go and make some wardrobe changes? We had to go buy some, we ain't fit in the high school gear anymore. Went to college and got that freshman 15.
Oh, yeah.
And it ain't left.
Oh,
and then COVID-19 happened and that 19's there.
Yeah.
So now, let me do that math there. So now we up to 34.
Yeah.
So you saying that 34 could be no more?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right.
For sure.
We talked about mind. We talked about spirit. We talked about body. Let's talk about the consistency that you're referring to. You were saying that a person doesn't have to. We don't have to do a 7-day-a-week workout, because I thought, and insert the Rocky montage here.
Right.
I thought I had to be in a cooler, punching on some raw meat, running up some stairs. I don't even know where some stairs are near me. But so, are you telling me that it's not as complicated as we might think to go forward? How can you lead a person to that new path?
Yes. So the first thing is knowing that just 10 to 15 minutes a day, even if you start with just walking is a great form of exercise.
Yeah.
It's a good way to get started, especially for someone who's either never worked out or it's been years since you've exercised. Just start with walking. I go on a walk every morning. I walk my son to school, and then I keep going. I walk for a good 30, 45 minutes every day. And something just starting that small and then building up as you begin to build your stamina and your endurance, and introducing different types of workouts, introducing strength training. Yeah, so it's not always easy, because creating new habits is hard.
Yes.
But it's
let
simple.
me come at that from a different perspective. She who must be obeyed was a tennis player in school. She was very athletic. But she's got a rotator cuff issues now. And I was so confused, not knowing anything about sports. I asked her, well, why is your left rotator cuff giving you trouble when you're right-handed? And it didn't occur to me that tennis players have to play with both arms. So she's reaping the repercussions of her tennis play now in life. She's got other issues. What happens if people have issues that don't enable them to jump a rope, number one?
Right.
But what do you propose to them?
So for those people, there are things out here, and people feel like, oh, it is for old folks, but no. There are chair workouts, okay? I have a client now who I provide chair workouts for because she has very limited mobility. She's trying to learn how to walk fully again.
Yeah.
And so you don't have to, be able to do the jump rope or be able to lift the weights. There's such a wide range of exercises when it comes to trying to get fit that you can water aerobics.
Yeah.
Anybody can do that, Yeah. There's so much I could say about that.
Well, she refuses to immerse herself in water.
In H2O.
So I have suggested it for many years, many times.
She doesn't have to get her hair wet.
No. She's not going to immerse herself up to the neck. Okay, she's not. No, that's not her.
Got you.
That's not her. But even doctors have told her that swimming would be ideal.
Yeah.
But to a person who will not immerse, and I'm using the word advisedly, no. But a chair workout sounds like it would be up her alley.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So this is a health transforming conference
for everybody.
and you want us to prioritize our health. I'm busy, Ms. Coatney. I'm busy. I got things going on. What if I got some kids? What if I'm trying to hold down a couple jobs? What if I told you I was a youth sports coach? I got a lot going on. Like, what makes you think that you can help us figure out that path? There's some tough cookies out there.
Oh, for sure.
And they ain't trying to give up that path, that busy schedule, because sometimes it makes us feel alive that we busybodies, that we into everything. But what you're telling me is if I don't pay attention, that busybody may fail.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We're talking some health concern.
For sure. So there are two things there. One is you're not as busy as you think you are. So what I do with my busy clients, we sit down, we dissect their schedule.
Yes, ma'am.
And at the end, they're like, oh. I could work out right there.
You done found some windows.
I do got time. So that's one.
Yeah.
The second thing is, this is where the mindset shift has to come in. You have to realize what is a priority and what is not. Every good thing is not a God thing. So you're running around being busy and doing all this good stuff.
Yeah.
But is this what God called you to do?
Okay.
I'm going to just leave it at that.
Okay.
Amen.
Well, we're going to leave it at that as well. We're going to wrap up our interview with you by letting you, allowing you, or requesting that you give us your complete information one more time.
Yes. So the Fit for the Call Health and Wellness Conference is taking place on October the 21st here in Austin at Greater Mount Zion Church. The address is 4301 Tanny Hill Lane. Registration closes August the 31st. Okay, that is next week. So make sure you head over to the website, jumptoitfitness.com, and get registered.
Doors open?
Doors open at 8 a.m. for VIP,
Mr. Smith.
8:30 for general admission, and we're kicking everything off at 9:25. And my special gift to those who are listening in live, if you message me the word FIT, I will get you set up with a free health and wellness assessment.
Well, thank you for coming, and thank you for providing such an invigorating interview.
You are so welcome. Thank y'all so much for having me.
Not at all.
It's
not
a
at
pleasure.
all. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.